breaking news coming in, and I quickly want to get to that breaking news information that's just coming in. Pakistan is targeting some of the border areas. There's heavy firing and multiple attacks that are being reported right now. Even as we speak, firing is happening in Samba. It's a very crucial border area in Jammu sector. There's firing that's reported in Jammu. There are multiple attacks that are being reported around Jammu. And do keep this in mind, if there's heavy firing that's happening in Samba and in Jammu, clear escalation from the Pakistani side. Air Chief Marshal Bhadauria, how would you look at it? They tried targeting Jammu yesterday, they did not succeed. Now it seems they're targeting once again.
Yeah, even I feel that they would continue to remain irrational for a while, and they would take some action. I think this is one of those. The LOC would keep getting hotter, and we should be prepared for some more action like they did last night. Some more action they would attempt for sure.
So some more action like last night is send in more missiles and drones, or would you now think that they will escalate and send in their fighter jets into either Indian territory or standoff attack air to air or air to ground from their territory?
It would be a combination of drones and possibly standoff weapons if they want to escalate further. Drones, they've seen what capability their drones gave them. But a combination of standoff.
They've targeted the airstrip in Jammu. That's the information that's coming in. They've targeted the Jammu airport. Now, if Jammu airport is being targeted, this is a very clear act of war. It's firing that's happening across the international border, but the Jammu airport is being targeted is the information that's coming in. Targeting a vital asset, an infrastructure, is an act of war, isn't it, sir?
Absolutely. Yesterday was an act of war. This is very much the next level of escalation, and they would see the repercussions for this very soon.
Even as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is targeting the Jammu airbase. Jammu is a very sensitive military airbase. It's also a civilian airport. Civil flights land in Jammu. The large number of people. Okay, I want to quickly cut across and listen into the voices that are coming from ground. Listen into what's happening in Jammu. We'll just play that out for you. Escalation by Pakistan along the international border. I quickly want to bring in Sandeep Unnithan into this conversation. Sandeep, this is a very clear provocation by Pakistan. The fact that they're targeting the Jammu airbase and Jammu, which is also a civilian airport.
Absolutely, Gaurav, and this is exactly what Air Chief Marshal Bhadauria mentioned, that he imagined that this is the kind of retaliation that Pakistan would, strike at in India, and this is exactly what seems to be playing out right now. We're hearing those voices that are coming in from Samba, Jammu, Gaurav, and it's very clear that this is some kind of a drone or a missile attack or a combination of both. Pakistan
Sandeep, stay with me. I have Shivani Sharma and Mir Farid both joining us on this broadcast. Quickly, Mir, explain what's happening. Okay, Shivani also joins me. Shivani, please explain. Shivani, tell us what's happening. Shivani, explain to us what is happening right now.
See, Gaurav, what we are given to understand that there are sirens that were activated in Jammu and the sky.
Okay, give me a moment. We'll try and reestablish that link with Shivani in just a moment. Mir Farid, Mir, if you can hear me, what's happening right now?
Well, Gaurav, panic in Jammu, and we're getting reports that this action is focused or is around the Jammu airport. There are shells that are coming in, and we also been told that it seems some kind of MMG fire. Now, these are not mortars, these are projectiles, and one can clearly see in the dark that they are being directed towards the Jammu airport. We're also getting reports that there are drones. It could also be a drone attack that is being started or has been initiated by Pakistan, and there is absolute panic obviously in Jammu. Air raid sirens are going off, and also people themselves are shutting down the lights of their homes, and they're trying to run for safety. These are visuals. You can clearly see the night skies. In the night skies, these projectiles can be seen going overhead as far as Jammu is concerned. And this is focused around the Jammu airport. So this was expected retaliation from Pakistan, and it seems the Jammu airport is the target because Jammu, we know, the international border is very close, and from there you can easily launch an attack. And Jammu airport obviously is a target because, again, because of its
Yes.
proximity to the IB and being very close as far as targeting it is concerned. If you
Okay, stay with me, stay with me.
think,
The information that's coming in, it's MMG fire, medium machine gun fire that is being reported around Samba. We are also being told that the Jammu airport is being targeted. You can hear the air raid siren that's going and the staccato of the MMG that is going off. I want to, in just a moment, play out these images completely for you. Also listen into voices from ground that are coming in. Sandeep, there would be an appropriate response because Pakistan, despite India repeatedly saying do not escalate, is escalating, targeting infrastructure. Sandeep, give me a moment as we try and listen into what's happening on ground. These images that are coming from ground zero, I urge viewer discretion. Some of these images, and since we are getting you these images, you can hear what's happening on ground. You can hear the impact. Initially, there were reports of MMG being fired. We are also being told that Pakistan had earlier fired mortars. Clear escalation earlier. In Punch and Rajouri, it had fired 155 howitzers, and that is a clear escalation in conflict. And Sandeep, when you hear these sounds, Pakistan, instead of backing down, is actually escalating, targeting critical infrastructure now.
Absolutely, Gaurav. And from those visuals, one can, deduce that this is possibly rockets being fired from across the international border, Gaurav. Those, look at the stream of those projectiles that are coming. They're all rockets. Judging by the sequence of this thing, it's a ripple fire of a BM-21 type rocket system that Pakistan has. It's called the Azar. And if it is indeed a rocket, then it would possibly be this BM-21 version, which Pakistan calls the Azar. It has a range of 40 kilometers. It has a high explosive projectile, and Pakistan has chosen to escalate after firing artillery, 155 artillery. They've chosen to go up the land escalation route. They are going up the ladder, first using small arms, then going on to mortars, then 155 shells, and now finally rocket projectiles, Gaurav. BM-21 grade rocket projectiles targeting civilian infrastructure in Jammu.
If you're on the road in and around Jammu, it's advisable to head to a safer area, preferably in a basement of a building. That's where you're most secure. Stay out of harm's way. Switch off lights in your house. Always advisable to be on the ground floor or in the basement in these difficult times. And I urge viewer discretion. When we were covering the conflict either in Kargil or war in Ukraine or even in Israel, it's best not to be on the road or in any open place right now. Head for cover and stay there till there is an all clear. Mir Farid joins me for more on the story from Jammu and Kashmir. And Mir, has there been an advisory from the government? Because to the best of my knowledge, and I'll take that question to Sandeep in just a moment, we now have weapon locating radars and very good weapon locating radars. So the site from where this fire is coming will be taken down sooner than later. But that's a separate story. Mir, the situation on ground, what's the advisory from the administration?
Well, Gaurav, as you know, there were advisories and there were clear instructions on what to do when such a situation arises. And obviously, you could be hearing in these videos as well, people are themselves shutting down or the lights are being put off. They are lying, most of them are speaking to each other and giving these instructions that you should lie down. But obviously, panic. This Jammu, no one, in fact, has seen this kind of a fire. So this is the first for them. So there is panic, but there are also instructions that they are giving to each other. Number one, obviously, air raid sirens. So they are shutting down their lights, but quite clearly, heavy barrage of fire, which seems rockets, as someone was pointing out. And then we
Yes.
also been told that there could be drones around, and they are also hitting their target. So Jammu airport seems to be target of this
Oh,
fire, and then you
this
have
is
RT
massive
fire and
escalation.
mortars in the
Massive
border.
escalation. Stay with me for a moment. I want to quickly cut across to Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu, who joins us from very close to the line of control, south of Pir Panjal. We're not giving out exact locations right now, unless Kamal, it's safe to tell us where you are, south of Pir Panjal. But tell me, what's the situation where you are?
Well, we are in Rajouri at this point of time. It's a little far from Jammu, but let me tell you, there seems to be a massive escalation as far as Pakistan is concerned. Remember, number of missiles, at least 8 of them have been fired. That has been confirmed by several agencies. Also, what we've been told are these are low-range missiles, which are also being launched near the Jammu airport itself. It's also a defense airport, you know it, Gaurav. Also, the electricity has been shut. Even the mobile network seems to be not working in several of the areas. So Jammu coming under a massive attack by Pakistan by these low-range missiles or security forces obviously on the ground. But definitely there's a heightened sense of alert. As I was mentioning earlier, there's also a sense that there could be an internal attack, which could be a Fedayeen attack as well in different locations, especially in J&K or Punjab. But meanwhile, a situation in Jammu seems to be escalating extremely fast. Remember, after Pakistan got a drubbing and today the defense systems were neutralized in many senses, this is the retaliation coming in, and once again Pakistan launching an attack on the civilian areas.
Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Pooja Shali also joining me on this special broadcast. India Today has the biggest team of reporters on ground, getting you a 360-degree perspective on this big story. We are told the S-400 systems have been activated once again, and 8 incoming missiles were destroyed by the S-400 systems. But big story that Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu is telling us, that there could be internal subversion, a Fedayeen attack or a terrorist attack that could simultaneously take place in and around Jammu airport or adjoining areas. Pooja, tell us more. Pooja, tell us what are you hearing from your sources?
Gaurav, I want to add here, this is not just about a professional update. This is as personal for me. I was talking to a family member on the phone call, on video, and suddenly there was a blackout. And I could hear the panic of these family members in Jammu, in the city area, the not in border areas. And when we asked them what happened. You could hear sounds in the backdrop. And they said, we don't realize there's a blackout suddenly that has happened. We can hear shots. And the next minute, of course, we immediately cut the call. We did not want to cause any sort of concern to them. And then I've been consistently being sent projectile videos. This is Jammu city. I want the viewer to know this. These are not border areas. Of course, I'll not reveal the location, but in the heart of Jammu city, where my family and my relatives are known to reside, that is where projectiles are being seen. Gaurav, and it's a reminder that Pakistan military does not differentiate when it comes to targets of a certain nature and civilians. They are targeting civilians. Of course, there's a befitting response. The armed forces are already on the job. Threat is going to be neutralized, but they are targeting our civilians, and that's what Pakistan military is doing in the heart of the city. Gaurav, more and more updates as is being confirmed, I'll continue to put out.
Oh, absolutely, Sandeep. Look at the bigger picture. India took down the Honkies, the HQ-16 missile defense shield in Lahore. Around that area, Pakistan shifts very quickly closer to Jammu. Pakistan, it seems, right now, it may be deception, but right now is inching towards international border in the Jammu area and perhaps south of Pir Panjal in Punch, Rajouri, where ceasefire violations are taking place using heavy artillery.
Absolutely, Gaurav. Pakistan has chosen the route to escalate this situation. They had got a route out. They were given a chance to de-escalate today based on Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri's statement, but they clearly have chosen to escalate, firing rockets. If we believe these visuals, They could be, as I said, 122 multi-barrel rocket launchers of the kind that we have as well, BM-21s. This is the Pakistani version of the one BM-21 Grad, which they call the Azar. And if they've started to fire rockets into Jammu and into populated areas, that is a very, very big escalation indeed, Gaurav.
Pakistan escalating Mir right now in Jammu, but they'd also done that in the Kashmir, from Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir. They were firing into Uri, they were firing into Baramulla and in Kupwara. Now usually they do that when they want to push in terrorists, but this time it's a higher caliber weapon that's being used. What are your sources telling you?
Yes, Gaurav, howitzers, the ultimate as far as RT fire is concerned. We know previously there used to be small arms fire, but this time around it's no holds bar. And there is RT fire that's been reported right now, I can tell you, from Kupwara, from Tangdar, Keran sectors, which have again gone hot, and very heavy RT fire from Pakistan side, which is being retaliated in equal measure by the Indian Army. So it seems that they are trying to get activated from multiple sectors through multiple ways. Now, this is major in Jammu. It is a technical airport, it's a defense airport as well. And we got reports that this Jammu is not only, in fact, the only target, but Punjab side, some airports which are also defense could also be the target or could
Big
be
story coming in.
right
A series of blasts are being reported in Jammu. 8 Pakistani missiles have been destroyed by India's Sudarshan Chakra, the S-400 systems. So these are incoming projectiles that are coming in. The S-400 system gets activated and takes down the threat. Now, it's the S-400 system that actually decides which are the missiles that could hit a VA or a VP, a vital asset, a vital point, at what speed is the threat coming in, so that it can take down multiple targets. It prioritizes and takes it down. But in Jammu, multiple blasts are also being heard. Is there a twin strike, so to say, Sandeep? And that would be very worrisome. And I also want to quickly bring in Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu joining us. Kamal, your sources who are looking at after the internal security grid had actually warned of subversive activity. But is there any input of any subversive activity when we hear of the blasts?
Well, what we're hearing is there's a heavy RT firing, especially in Arnia, in Jammu. This is being reported in Sama. And what we've been told is, besides the artillery, there's also a drone attack which is simultaneously taking place. So this is a massive attack launched by Pakistan. And what we've been told and indicated by security grid is that this is not just going to be limited there. They're going to spread out perhaps tonight. And as we were anticipating, the 24 to 48 hours after Operation Sindoor, this is where it's going to be extremely crucial, and Pakistan has now hit back. It's Jammu. We're also hearing other sectors like Samba and others could also be under the radar, and there could be simultaneous firing which could happen along the line of control. So heightened sense of alert, and yes, the security grid has already been tightened. There's already an alert as far as the Fidain is concerned. That could also possibly take place. But meanwhile, the Pakistani army has told the terror organization to hold restraint at this point of time, because the action is coming in. Meanwhile, it does seem there is entire focus on Jammu, and remember, they were looking at vulnerable areas, and meanwhile use of RT, and especially what we know is that India has time and again said that this is a de-escalatory matter, because whatever happened in Amritsar and the nearby areas where they were drone as well as the smaller missiles being found, that was an attack by Pakistan which was fended off, and there was only a counter attack which was put in. But now is a time where there seems to be a massive fire coming in from Pakistan's side, and what we've been told is this is a massive coordinated drone attack coming in from Pakistan. Also possibly the artillery which is being used to affect. But remember, a blackout has happened. Electricity is obviously been cut out. The mobile connectivity is also been slowed down. Several of the areas seem to be out of network at this point of time. But yes, there has been a drill which has been carried out. But this is an anticipation and clearly an escalation taking place by Pakistan.